or whatever. Like, I remember my ex, everyone that he talked about that was no longer in his life had done him badly. He was the victim. There was a girl that I knew, well, I never met her, but her name was Audra, and she had left notes on his door. And if I pulled up with him and he ran in to get something and he would pull a note off of his door, I'd be like, who is that? What is that? He never let me read it or see it, but he said her name was Audra, and even his mom would come out forthright, just spilling her guts, trying to, she's the classic enabler, trying to give her story on it so that it would be believable, and all of it wasn't coming from him. His dad was trash, his stepmom was trash, they did everybody wrong. This girl, Audra, was, I quote, crazier than creek water. There was one of his best friends who I saw in all of his pictures that was no longer around, and it was, oh, well, he cheated with this girl on spring break and they blamed it all on me, saying that I told him to go for that girl and all of this stuff. I mean, lots of friends from their past were no longer in their lives, and it was all their fault. Nothing that he ever did caused these fallouts, caused these breakups, nothing. They're all crazy, 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 which I knew if anything happened to us, I'm going to be crazy, because that is exactly what he said to everyone else about other people that could no longer be in his life for whatever reason, that it was their fault. Never mind him being the common denominator in all of these people's lives who didn't know each other. They all had a problem with him that was separate from each other, but none of it was his fault. So just know, when you hear that, when you hear that, that is going to be you. Something happens, that is going to be you. That is their baseline. That is exactly what they say to the public when something goes wrong. They're crazy. They did this to me, blah, 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 blah. So don't discount yourself from that. It's just like anybody else. If they could talk trash about this person, they're going to talk trash about you. They're going to say this to you about them. They're going to say that about you to somebody else. There's no exceptions. That is who they are. When they paint you a picture, don't let them paint you another picture. So